All right, headline number 2 reads, "Let him go. Pels must end toxic relationship with Zion." Kwab, real or fake news? What you got?
Fake news.
Fake.
Fake news.
Keep
Fake
Zion.
news.
Keep Zion around. Okay.
Look, man, I think you can. I don't know how many games he's played this season, but maybe it's been a handful. I could be wrong. I don't want to. Pelicans fans, I'm sorry, but like I've seen him play maybe 3 games this season, and you see the difference when he's on the court. It's just that he has to get on the court.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Now,
He's averaging 21 and 8 in 28 minutes per game on 48.5% shooting.
That's look, man. He's still good.
He's really freaking good. I mean, that's not the problem.
But the problem, and I don't think this is just a Zion problem at this point. I think this is a Pelicans problem.
Okay.
And I've said this about other teams, especially, and this being New Orleans, like they might have to address this. Get that voodoo doctor in there to cleanse whatever y'all got going on. Y'all don't need a medical doctor. Y'all need just the injuries this year have been stupid.
Yeah.
Like stupid. Like I feel bad. Like I feel bad for them. Just even just now when with Zion coming back and Trey Murphy coming back, Herb Jones gets hurt. It's like they can never get a full healthy roster. You look on paper with this roster, I feel like going into the season, our question marks for this team was like, well, their center position is kind of light, especially in the West. So I don't know how they're gonna figure out. And they were like they might play.
They found one.
They found one, but we're like they might play Zion a center. Like
Yeah.
we don't know, but they found one with your rookie, and it's like he's been playing really well. But everybody always gets injured. I don't like it's been bad. Now you look at this. If this roster is healthy, They have depth at every position. And they have players that are very, very skilled to the point where early on, I think some people were like, well, they might have to make a move just to shore up some of just to sort of players have more playing time. But like they have wings. You have a number 1 skilled power forward who's talented. You have bigs apparently. Like now, this is crazy. And you have guards. You just can't get on the court, and that's been the problem. I'm of the belief that Zion, when he's on the court, is really good. You just have to get him on the court. Now, if that entails you getting him like a babysitter or like a handler or a guy that's just like, hey, 8:00, wake up, let's go. We gotta do cardio. We gotta get your meals right. We gotta make sure you're on time, just so you're on the court. We gotta get you in the training room, all that. So it's like. So I don't know what it is, but I personally, I wouldn't cut ties. That's just me. I just wouldn't cut ties. They're still an efficient player there. Granted, he plays like minimal game, but last year he played a lot of games before he pulled a hammy. He played a lot of games last year before he pulled a hammy, guys. I'm just saying. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I think this is real news, man. I think they have to cut ties with him. And
no.
I like Zion a lot, and I think he's really good. Like I'm not disputing how good he is. He just can't stay on the court. He can't. Like you can't build around something that's not there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if he's not, how are you building around something that's never on the court? And it's not his fault per se. I mean, people's bodies are their bodies, and yeah, maybe he could be working harder. And yes, right now he looks like he's in great shape, but who knows how long that's going to last. The truth is that this has been like a 5-6 year experiment, and they haven't gotten out of the first round. Like, not even close, really, with him on the team. And he's been great when he's on the court. I think he's an all-star. I don't think he's this generational talent where people thought he would be when he was drafted, but he's still somebody for sure that can be second best player on a championship team, I would say. He's a cornerstone for a team, but I don't know if this is the team. And I think the Pelicans have a very interesting opportunity here because Brandon Ingram's going to be a free agent next year, so I think he's going to be gone by the deadline. You have 2 pieces right now that are very valuable that you can bring back a lot of talent and a lot of young pieces or young draft capital. On top of that, what you just said, they're already deep, so it's not like if you get rid of Brandon Ingram and Zion and you bring back talent that you're not going to be competitive because next year whoever you bring back, I get what you're saying because you still like they're your two best players, they're your 1 and 2, but DeJounte Murray's no slouch. Trey Murphy and Herb Jones are fantastic perimeter defenders, and Trey's one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Yeah, you need to find like another number 2 or another number 1, but you might be able to get that through the deal and then make another deal on top of that. Maybe you find something in the draft. You're going to have a bunch of young talent. You're not going to compete for a title next year, but you're going to keep you're going to raise the level of the floor that this team has always had. Because right now we're seeing the floor, and that floor is everybody's hurt and we're terrible. It just is what it is. If you're building your team around someone who's not always there, that's what your team's going to be. Now, Zion, for most of his career, played most of the seasons, and it was like really only one-ish seasons where he was hurt, then I'd be like, nah, you stick with this. I mean, injuries happen. But this is becoming very normal with him. And he's a great player. I don't know if he likes New Orleans. I don't know where that's at right now. Pelican fans, you tell us where that's at. I just think it's time to go. And I think right now, the way he's playing phenomenal basketball for the limited time that he's playing. Right now, you can get a team that says, you know what, he might be our missing piece. You know what, if we get him now, maybe he takes us over the top. And here's a bunch of young talent we can throw at you.
I think the problem with that is always, to me, it's like the maybe aspect of it. Like, it's like, maybe what you get back will work.
Yeah, but maybe he stays healthy. Like, what if he's hurt next year? There goes another season.
Don't put the bad vibes out there. Don't put the bad vibes out there.
And I hope he's not. I want Zion to play a healthy career. Like, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, I just think that for example, like you mentioned Brandon Ingram, who's like they weren't able to come to a deal, and to me, it feels like he's not going to be there, and you're comfortable with him not being there because of how well Trey Murphy has ascended.
Yeah.
And he looks like he should be starting. So, and you also with Herb Jones, those are two forwards like they feel like they should start. I just think that if you're able to get Zion on the court, he's such a big difference maker.
I agree. I don't disagree.
Such a big difference maker. I just think the thing that happened was like he came back. He played the one game where like he looks in great shape. He played the one game where he casually does like a 360 windmill. Again, it's always it never like looks right like with his body type. The fact that he's
it's fire. It looks dope to me.
It looks like it was just like what the casually just does that in game, and then he got suspended the next game. You're just like what is going on?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's
going on,
time.
but his like. The numbers he puts up when he's on the court are so efficient. You figure a way to make it work. To me, because I don't like. I'm always of the me. I'm always of the belief like if you're trading away the best player, you have to be comfortable in losing the trade. Okay. Because that's what usually happens in the long run. You just have to be comfortable in losing a trade or just like looking into the future. I don't know what a trade for Zion would look like, but me personally, I hope he just stays. They figure it out. He gets healthy, and he plays like at least like 60 to 70 games moving forward every year. Like he was playing really well last year until the playoffs. Like they looked, I think it was against the Lakers. He ended up pulling a hammy, like in the play-in or whatever it was, and he was in even that game he looked great. It's just he just get his body right, get him on the court. It should work out, but they need to do something. If they need to get a new medical team in the building or something, they need to address those like constant injuries that keep happening to every like important players on your team.